these semi-opaque watercolors just a new name for jelly gouache? Slightly sticky color cakes, same vibe like that of a watercolor when you paint it. So is this a gouache or is this a watercolor? Let's find out. 24 colors, and the first thing I'll say, the packaging is simple, clean, teen, no frills. It's not just trying to sell you a lifestyle here, rather a new kind of a watercolor. That's what they're trying to sell here. But these watercolor cakes, look at them, that glossy, slightly sticky surface, that's what has confused me. That's the texture that has made my brain say, oh, I know what this is, but I really don't. And spoiler, I really don't know how to use it. Before anything else, I'm swatching all 24 because I want to see what actually I have before I paint with it. And the first thing I notice is the technique is not what I expect it to be. I went in like a jelly gouache, loaded the brush, but when I put it in a paper or when I first contact the colors, it's quite sticky. I don't know how much water to use it and how much it is going to dilute the pigment. And the color came out to be not like a jelly gouache at all, rather something like a dark watercolor. So I dipped more water into it, mixed it, and it worked a little bit better. So it does need a bit of a water, similar to watercolor. There it is. The more you mix on the pan of water, the richer and darker the color gets and it builds up. However, one thing that I learned is that it has a watercolor behavior, not gouache watercolor. Okay, that's the most important bit. And these blue, the Persian blue, the cobalt violet, really gorgeous, really vivid. But some of the colors, especially around pink, they look very, very similar. So by the time I swatched all 24, here is what I know. Semi-opaque watercolor is a watercolor, completely fully watercolor. The sticky texture of the cake is misleading, but the rules, watercolor rules, light to dark. Water activates it, you build the color up, you don't load on it. And it will not cover your darks with the lighter color on top. That is the gouache logic. These won't do that. Weird kind of a child, watercolor family, don't let the texture fool you because you will soon see what mistakes I have done once I start painting it. Now I'm going to paint something. I'm sketching out a character, my iconic character, big hair, bow, little florals, and our favorite cat, 50 Shades or Sano. He is the hero, my best-selling product. And in this, we are going to test all the vibrant colors and we are also going to see how it acts when I go dark to light, light to dark. And as we progress, you will see some of the mistakes that we have made. As I said, here's where I should have remembered the rule that I learned from swatching, where work light to dark, lights go down first. But no, I started with the darkest color possible, which is the hair. And I didn't remember that I need to color the background first. It's the most exciting part, but I realized my mistake soon. So here we go. I took the Persian blue straight away. It's stunning, really vivid, really rich, works beautifully with the water. And that watercolor behavior, once I started pushing the color with water, the way it blooms at the edges, it's when I learned how much closer it is to watercolor than for a gouache. It's really lovely once you start working and get a hang of it. Yeah. So next we move on to the yellow t-shirt. After the blue, if you know the watercolor, you already see the problem. You can see how I'm struggling to get lighter color beneath that hair, especially the background and the skin colors. I should have done that before because you cannot put a light watercolor over a dark base and have it show up. That's not how watercolors work. That's a gouache logic. And I have been using gouache pretty much recently, so yeah, easy to forget the rules. Here we go. So the face, which should be the lightest part of the whole painting, is now surrounded by blue and yellow, and I have to make sure that we don't lose the skin color. Yeah, lesson very much learned. Again now, the purple is going on, the violet against the Persian blue. That combination is exactly why I really wanted to try this set, because I really like vibrant colors, and it's really meditative about it. Even when it's not going on how you planned, yeah, you just, the whole sequence of putting water on color, making something real when you just started with the pencil colors. That's something beautiful, isn't it? Once the watercolor is down, I would love to use my acrylic paints. I use Artix here, and here's where she really comes to life. The ink over watercolor, that's the style I'm going for. Illustrated, outline, little chaotic, a lot of personality. The paints underneath are holding up very beautifully for this. The colors stayed vivid. When dried, they don't have that matte finish of the gouache. No significant fadings, no muddiness. That's a good sign for a set at this price point. And I'm going to add some more texture with the linings of acrylic paints. This is my first painting with Fuumuii Semi-Opaque Watercolor set, and she has this big blue hair with red bow. She's holding purple cat. She has an excellent expression that I think is meant to be charming, cheeky, and mostly just intense. The colors are genuinely beautiful. The Persian blue, the violet, the way yellow sits against the blue, really lovely range. Is she perfect? No, because I really treated it like a gouache when I started. So it's entirely my fault, but paint overall is quite good. It's not granulated where the parts of watercolor fall apart. But one thing I noticed was when I opened the pack, there were a lot of sticky hair-like things, in it. So I don't know what it was, but it definitely is something they need to take care of. So, semi-opaque watercolor, what is it? It follows the watercolor rules. It's lighter than gouache, stickier than traditional watercolor, works light to dark. Dip in water first and build the color up quite quickly. It doesn't build up gradually. You can go light to dark quite quickly in it. And maybe sketch your light areas in pen before you start so you don't forget they exist. So, if it comes to me, I am keeping her. I'm going to use a little bit more and compare her with other things. But 4 out of 5 stars.